Alright, we're going to try something new today. Every year, I play through Metroid on Easter. It's been a tradition. And every year, I post the same pictures of the ending of the game, which are super exciting because it's the same thing every year. So this year, we're going to try to post an entire playthrough of Metroid on the file disk system here. So I don't know how long my camera is actually going to last, so we're going to see how far in Metroid we get before it dies. Okay, so we're just going to choose any old save file. Now the difference between the Famicom Disk System version is instead of passwords it has a save feature, so you can actually save your game, which is kind of pointless considering I can beat it in less than an hour, but it's still neat that you can save your game. It unfortunately does take a very long time to load compared to the NES version, but we gotta switch the disc over to side B, and we are almost there. There we go. Sometimes the disk system can be finicky when you're putting the discs in, as of course you just got to see, but usually it'll give you a second chance to load the disc. So, there, no. Almost there. I swear there's a game. There you go. All right. All right, first thing we want to do is go all the way over to the left and pick up the Maru Marai. Now, one of the things you might notice is the music is actually a little different. The file disk system version actually has an extra sound channel, so some of the sound effects in the music are significantly different from what you might be used to on the NES version. So, particularly the door noise. Missiles are different, which we'll get to see shortly. Now I'm going to play through the game in kind of a short fashion. I'm going to skip a lot of stuff, just because, well, you don't really need the Varia, as well as there's a ton of missiles that are just out of the way that you really don't need. So we're going to skip most of those. I'm also going to show a few little tricks on the way. But first, we got to get through most of Brinstar and acquire the missiles. Okay. Once we get the missiles, then the rest of the game is pretty easy. We need those to get the bombs, the ice beam. And the speed of your run depends on how well the enemies want to drop missiles early in the game. So let's hope that we have good missile luck. So first things first, we're going to fall down here. Hopefully not get hit. Alright, we just got to go through this room. I don't really need energy at this point. Sometimes I take a few hits just so I can get through the level faster. Alright, there we go. We got the missiles. This is one of the very few missiles that we're actually going to pick up in the game. Because again, most of them in position far away. Of course, now they're dropping the missiles. They're not going to drop them later when I actually need them. So that's fun. Go all the way back up here. Metroid was one of the first games to have lots and lots of backtracking to make it feel like the game was longer. But it's still a great game, especially once you actually know where you're going, because you can easily get lost in this game. Not so much in Brinstar, but in Norfair, a lot of the areas look the same, and it's very easy to get lost, which we're going to try to avoid. Right, go over here. These rooms you can just pretty much go straight. Enemies you don't really have to fight. In Super Mario, that guy. Alright, again, you don't really need anything from him. If it's convenient, you might want to fight him just to get some extra energy, but there's an energy tank coming in the very next room, so... Ow. Stop that. Stop it. You also know that the "you're hurt" sound is a lot more annoying on the FDS version. It's meant to make you panic and not play as well as you might if you didn't have this annoying beeping sound in your ear. But, again, energy tank right here, so... we should be good. And again, knowing where the enemies appear can make some easier areas a little easier. Unless you're a dumbass and just fall in the lava. That's, you know, don't do that. So, running fast is great, but running fast into enemies is stupid, so don't do that. We're going to climb up here. And we're going to get the bombs. That's the first time we're actually going to use our missiles, and we're going to pray that these Rios and Zoomers actually decide to drop missiles on our way back. Don't have time for this little guy. Alright. First missile room. Alright, sometimes they follow you, sometimes they don't. They didn't make it that time. Alright. Now we got the bombs and 0 missiles, but we need missiles almost right away so we can go get the freeze beam early. So we're gonna spend a little bit of time harvesting and hoping these little guys drop missiles, which they're not. So. Alright, there's 2. Usually don't leave this room until I have at least 4. Because these guys line right up. They're going to be difficult, because they're never difficult when I'm not filming, but when I decide to record it, they're like, nope, no missiles for you. Okay, there's 4. Alright, now we're good. We shouldn't have to harvest for missiles ever again. In theory. Alright, now we go all the way back where we came, but fortunately the ice beam is on the way now that we have the bombs. Alright. Again, have an energy tank. Plenty of energy tanks coming up, so energy's not going to be a problem. Again, don't fall in the lava like an idiot, because I do that a lot. Too many enemies, okay. Now, a Rio sometimes appears here. There he is. And he sometimes drops extra energy, which he didn't that time. He can drop between 5 and 20, same thing with these waivers. But, gotta go fast, so we're not gonna bother fighting them, because again, we're at full energy. Alright, now this room is where we get the ice beam. Blow up some walls. Oh look, fake lava. Alright, this is the only spot in the game where you can see these enemies. They die in one hit, even of the ice beam, ironically. Now that we have 5 missiles, we can go in this door. Alright, and there is the ice beam. Technically you can beat the game without it, but it's really difficult to fight the Metroids at the end of the game, so it's best to just grab it while you're kind of on your way. We do want to get 5 more missiles, but we don't really have to worry about it for a little while. But it doesn't hurt to pick up a couple. Alright, now this is where it gets a little tricky. Because, again, fake lava, we can't jump high enough, so we're going to use the bomb jump. We're going to use the bomb jump to completely screw that up. Alright. To jump extra high. Alright. So So we're out of that. And again, the ice beam is super useful to get enemies out of your way. See there, he's not going to bug me. Now in this room, do not go down there. It is a trap. And you'll have a very hard time getting back out. So we're just going to skip that. Go over here. Dodge this guy. Dodge these guys. And we're actually going to go to Ridley's area instead of Kraid's. Where Ridley, technically, you're supposed to go after you beat Kraid. But, I mean, you have to go all the way back there, and it's an inconvenience. And we're lazy, so we're going to do the shortcut version. We're going to skip the Varia because it's out of the way and we don't really need it. Gotta go fast. So you can freeze these guys and they stop coming. And they won't get stuck in your doors. And freeze everything. Or do that. Don't do that. Alright, now we're going to see the rest of this room. Oops. Didn't work the way I wanted it to. But again, you can get through most of this area just by chilling enemies. Again, doesn't hurt to kill a few of them on the way. To pick up some energy lost or get some energy tanks. So we're going to go down here now. And we're now in Norfair. It's going to take a little longer to load on the FDS. Just the way it is. Normally on the NES, this just blinks and you're already in Norfair. But the FDS has to load the data, which is the one downfall of playing the disk system version of it, is you occasionally have the load times when going through the areas. So this is the point. Get up, go get a drink, pet your Metroid. Good Metroid. And just wait for it to load. I think my disk is a little bad, because it seems to take a lot longer to load than like Zelda or Castlevania do, but I might pick up another copy just to see if it's normally that long or if just I have a bad disk. I've never had it crash. Knock on wood. Yeah, we're getting a little low on missiles. I'm a little concerned, so we're going to harvest a little bit in this room. I definitely have to harvest because I need... Alright, there's 4, good. Alright, we're good. Again, one of the worst parts of doing a speed run for Metroid, which this is technically not a speed run, I'm just playing through it for fun, is you need to harvest. And you need to know where to harvest and how much to harvest. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. That thing I just did, falling in lava, super bad, because that's going to cost me a lot of life. Well. Again, just playing Metroid to show you the stuff not to do. So we're going to fall down to the bottom of this room, try to avoid the rippers. Now I could get some missiles in that room, but got to go fast. Alright, so we're going to go down here. This is the room I needed the missiles for. Boop, boop. And this is going to give me the high jump boots. Now, a lot of people will just go straight to Ridley at this point, but I find you really want to have the screw attack, because it just makes the rest of the game easier. You don't really have to worry about fighting enemies. It's way out of the way, but I want to show a fun little trick that you can do if you go to this area. First of all, you have your high jump boots now, so you can jump a lot higher. Yeah, things I didn't time very well. Across this little mini bridge. Now the next screen is going to be real important, because what a lot of people don't know, these corridors change the palette. They do it in like kind of super secret way, so you don't know. But they do. Now I need to get 5 missiles, and this is the perfect spot to do it. It's also a good place to refill your energy. You know all the ones that are flying away are the ones that actually have the missiles, right? Come on, guys. There we go. Alright. You want to freeze at least one of the multi-violas to get them out of your way. Alright. We're in this pretty green area. Right before we were in the purple area. I'm going to do a little shortcut here so that we can get the screw attack super fast. There's an energy tank, there's the wave beam, and like a jillion missiles in this area. But we only want the screw attack, because it's the screw attack. Okay. Now we're going to go grab that, which is pretty much Samus's strongest attack in the game. Alright, now we're going to go all the way back. But I'm going to show you a fun little trick that doesn't save time, but it's neat. So get out of this room, and we're going to go down here. And this will take us, of course, back where we were, but we don't want to go there. We want to bomb here. That'll save us a corridor, and that'll take us into this room. And again, now that we have the screw attack, multi-violas are basically just floating presence. Just want to make it across this room alive. And again, some of those tougher enemies like those Garuntas, one shot. Pretty much turns every enemy into a one shot, one kill. Okay, we're going to bomb here and here. Bomb here. What to do? Now, invincible enemies are still invincible, but you can just screw right through them. Almost never use the regular gun anymore. Here's the room we want to be in. Okay, so shoot the door. Stand about here. Now rapidly hit down and up on the controller pad. And Samus will go all crazy, and she'll end up in this room, where you can actually see the tails of these enemies, which normally you can never see. But we're stuck in kind of a weird room, so we're going to jump through this wall, this imaginary door, to reset the scrolling. And we're going to go to the right, blast through this door, and we're in a green area. I'm going to go down here. Now, people who have played Metroid a lot will see something kind of different in this area, due to that little glitch that we did. It's not really a shortcut in this playthrough, but like if you were doing a 100% run and you picked up the energy tank way down in that area, that's a super shortcut to get you from that screen back to regular Norfolk. But, you know, I just wanted to kind of show it off because I've always liked that one. I found that as a kid. So now we got another long load time with Mr. Ridley. You can hear the disk system clicking, clickety-clack, clickety-clack. Remember to pet your Metroid. And wait for it to load. We're going to show off another little fun trick in Norfair, but we got to get 5 missiles. Because again, in a speed run, you don't need to pick up a lot of missiles because both Kraid and Ridley drop 75 each. So by that point in the game, you've got more than enough to beat the game. But there's a few spots where missiles are not that hard to get. And rather than harvesting in this area, because I got one energy tank, I'm going to get my butt reamed if I spend too long fighting enemies, so... Picking up extra missiles isn't a bad idea. So we're going to go into this room, which you can die quickly in here, so you need to be careful. And again, why I have the screw attack, and I want to keep at full health at all times. Man, that Holt is being a jerk. I don't usually do that. See, look how low my energy is from just this far. Alright, so I got 5 missiles. If I had more energy tanks, I'd go over to the left and pick up another missile container, but it's too much of a risk right now, because I only have one energy tank. So we're just going to go down here. Fortunately, there's 2 energy tanks in this area that are real easy to get. But I have to have 5 missiles to get through this room. So I could have fought the multi-violas, but yeah, gotta go fast. So there's a huge trick in this room that I didn't know about for years. That's right there. You can skip this whole room, including a really difficult freeze jump that I used to spend hours on as a kid. But yeah, you can just roll through it. So we're going to blow through this door, and what's in this room is a secret path, a trap. Now we're going to grab this energy tank, which we sorely need, and we're going to fall to our doom, go into this door. And this is usually a good room to re-energize. Oops. Alright, so we're done. Now there's a super easy missile that you can get here if you know a little trick. Roll here. Oh, messed it up. If you come out of a ball real fast and you hit the jump button, you can actually jump there and make that. But I didn't, so... This is one of the harder rooms in the game, with low energy. I was trying a no-hit run, and this is the room that killed me. I just couldn't get past it for whatever reason. I probably could now if I really put in the effort, but I really don't want to. Alright, now we're going to fight the Master of Disaster himself, Ridley. He's brutally difficult, and you're going to have a real hard time beating him. Yeah, he is brutally difficult. And he's dead. And I went from 5 missiles, now I have 80. Which is good, because now we can open this 10 door. And we definitely need this room, so... Ow. Wasn't paying attention. Oh, fake lava. This game really likes fake lava. Alright, so we're done in here. Yeah, definitely want to pick up all missiles. Oh, great. I didn't say you could come in here. Whatever. Stay over there. Not supposed to happen. I assure you I'm good at this game. Just not today. Game kind of slows down a lot more on the FDS than it does on the NES, but eh. Let's make it through this room. Alright, now we get to see the rest of Ridley's, because we got to find our way out, because we can't climb up that area easily. I don't want to do the wall door technique, because it's very time consuming and very boring to watch. Again, you'll find these guys hit you really hard without the Varia. So if you're scared of the damage in this area, I highly recommend grabbing the Varia before coming in here, because those guys hit like a brick. Alright. Good. We're going to skip the first door, because it's a dead end. Yep. I'm good at this game, I swear. I swear. Alright, now we're going to go into this door. And we're almost on our way out. Because Mini-Boss Hideout 2 is pretty small. Oh good, got a little energy there. The advantage of coming here first is when you go to Craig, you realize how much easier his area is, because